We're going to dive right into this next panel, this next group. In this conversation, we're talking about how you can use Buy Now, Pay Later to elevate your digital experience for your members and how you can engage with your members at another level or a new, interesting way through the solution. And I want to start with asking you guys, can you just introduce yourselves and your credit unions? And also, can you share why your credit union chose to invest in BNPL?
Sure. Would you like me to start?
Yeah, go Tom.
All right, awesome. So I'm Tom Gessel with First Credit Union. We're roughly 750 million, 45,000 members, and our core system is Scimitar, and digital banking is Q2. And we're also excited to say we're the first credit union to be in Arizona with your solution. So we've been live since the very end of November, came live right before Black Friday.
Yes. Let's see. Chad, you want to say hello?
Yes, thank you, Michelle. My name is Chad Evans. I'm the Chief Lending Officer for Associated Credit Union in Atlanta, Georgia. We are about 2.5 billion. Our core system is also Scimitar. Our online banking provider is Candescent, and our document retrieval is Synergy. And our members were asking for a buy now, pay later type solution along with their checking accounts. So we started to look into it through a partnership that we have with SWBC, who I heard was a sponsor today, and learn more about it and implemented this year. Thank you.
Thanks, Chad. Shout out to SWBC. Thank you. Jess, can you say hello, please?
Yes, my name is Jess McNear. I'm the Chief Innovation Officer at Financial Plus in the great state of Michigan. A little bit different than my panelist friends. We are Scimitar. We are Banno. We are 1.5 billion. We service 83,000 members. Of that, we have about 58,000 checking accounts. BNPL was part of our journey because it is part of our access and messaging for our members, something we hear a lot, meeting them where they're at. So we definitely knew that we needed it. I'm very excited that yesterday was our 1 year anniversary with Equipify.
That's incredible. Thank you. I'd like to hear from this group, how have you taken Buy Now, Pay Later, the product that we've delivered to you, but how did you make it yours in regards to like branding and fitting BNPL into your credit union's overall mission?
Yeah, Financial Plus, again, going with our access and messaging, making it have our essence was taking the plan your purchase and creating it into a ready now loan. So some terms, again, we've heard being at the end of this great adventure here is access. And so we talk about access and messaging. We wanted to make sure that we had it available for our members when they needed it. And so not just being able to split that, but be able to plan it. We're all in different stages. We talked about that this product meets a multitude of members' needs. And so we were really excited that we could live up to our strategy of access and messaging with our friends at Equipify to brand it to us, have it available for our members with the ease of use when they wanted to access it.
Very good. Well, at First Credit Union, we came live about the time that Equipify added the Pioneer Purchase feature, and so we were a little concerned about just saying BNPL, and we wanted to incorporate our name into the product. So we ended up branding it as First Funds, and that takes members to that area in the digital banking app where they can, of course, see what they're qualified for a Pioneer payment or a split year payment. And it worked out really well for us timing wise. We had merged into smaller credit unions into our shop before the implementation of this product. And those credit unions had a no qualifying loan product, which was only delivered through the branch. And there was an application fee associated with it. And we found that this was been a really good tool for us to use and leverage, not only for those members, but for our membership at large. But in particular, we found the adoption from those credit unions we merged in has is about 2 or almost 3x the other branches that we've had that we had prior to the merger. So it's been a really good tool for us digitally because they can get in there 24/7. See what they're eligible for. They don't have to talk to anybody. Sometimes the members find that a little intimidating to have to come to ask somebody about getting a loan. So, and we see loans, I see loans get originated at all times of day, if you will. So it's worked out really good from a digital delivery standpoint in providing that, but it's also been a good bridge for us moving away from that, or I shouldn't say we're moving away from that product. Ultimately, we'd like to phase out that in-branch delivered product for a couple of reasons. And the lenders, I think, and the finance people really, this hit home for them. Even when we made those small loans in the branch, why it was a really good member service item, they still had to come in the branch in our normal hours. But every single one of those loans were very costly to originate because they're small dollar amounts. By delivering these loans over the digital channel 24/7, I've got the convenience factor. I've got an origination cost that makes a lot more sense, where I can actually make, be marginally profitable. When I say marginally profitable, we're not adding millions of dollars to the bottom line, but we are covering our cost. It's a great member service, and the members are able to deliver the product, like I say, 24/7. Most of them just click through it, and the loans are set up in less than a minute. They leave the auto payment selected, so on the servicing side, it's very low maintenance for us as well. So overall, it's been a really, really good addition for us. I've got more I could share, but I'll stop there on the branding and give Chad a chance to pitch in here.
Yeah.
Thanks, Tom. Very similar story to Jessica and Tom. We are under kind of a strategic initiative to build relationship pricing. And so we took the product and branded it Prosper Pay. We have a Prosper suite of products that we offer, obviously, our employee groups in our communities. And so, we have a Prosper checking, a Prosper mortgage. And, by taking a Prosper Pay loan, and we're offering both sides, the plan your purchase and the split your payment with Equipify. By taking those, we are, building points, if you will, toward other discounts for our employees to use that stickiness product, because as we saw in the previous presentation, there is a lot of competition in the marketplace. And I think a big part of that for us was educating our employees. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of leaders on this call today, and making sure that your employees are informed and that they have products and services to offer your members that they can believe in is important. One of the other panelists earlier talked about BNPL being a great alternative to courtesy pay. And we've witnessed that early on in our first 6 months as more people are using the plan your purchase feature and funding their account for those large purchases or those upcoming back to school purchases, as opposed to overdrafting their accounts and paying that. And we know in this climate that we're in, courtesy pay is getting a lot of scrutiny and a lot of look at. So BNPL is a wonderful alternative for the consumer to use. We find, I'm sure as many of you do, that our members are our best auditors. So they know our programs just as well, if not better than us. So when they started discovering this in online and mobile banking, they immediately started using it. And as Jessica mentioned, it's very simple as far as the processing, the funding, and then the servicing of it. So I'll stop there, Michelle. Thank you.
Thank you. That's so incredible. I'm hearing reiterating access, like Jess mentioned earlier. It's about access for members. That's so cool. And I'm hearing like chiming in from things that I heard Indira speak to in the lending panel and Ashley. So really cool. I do want to talk about adoption and usage. How has the engagement with your BNPL program changed? What's it look like today compared to when you first started? And can you share with the group the most effective ways that you've used to drive usage?
Sure. I'll jump in there first. From the initial adoption, we had sent out an email just introducing the product. And a lot like Chad described, though, we had a lot of members that went out there and discovered it because we actually brought it live and then waited a few days before we sent that email out. And I was surprised at the number of members that found it organically just looking through the menu. Like I think being our best auditor is a good description. We had made about I don't know 20 or 30 loans before we even sent the first email. When we sent out that first email, we really saw the activity jump up, and it was interesting. And we got some really cool feedback from the Equipify team. One of the things they'll show you if you end up adopting the product, or maybe they'll show you a demo. They can record the session and understand how the member is navigating through the feature and the different things they're exploring. And that insight helped us adjust a couple of things on the terms and create a better user experience. In fact, I forgot because I jumped right into it. I really have to give a call out to Bryce and Pat and really the whole team. We really appreciate the partnership. They've been great to work with. And when I give them feedback, nobody's like, "Hey, you're calling my baby ugly." They take it to heart. They get right back with me and even ask for more feedback even after I tell them that. So what I thought was cool about that is we found a little bug in the implementation phase, or not really a bug, but something with the payment, the way it worked out. And that was taken to heart and adjusted right away. And we saw members using that feature or using the new terms we had on there. So in addition to that little bit of a launch that we did, every week, Equipify sends out an email for us on Wednesdays, and it shows the amount that's available on Plan Your Payment and the Split Your Payment purchases that they can convert. So really that weekly email has been really effective. I mentioned earlier this kind of no qualifying product that we have. We want to go further with that. And then our other plans to go further beyond that is much like others have talked about, is looking at our ACH usage and targeting those members more specifically that are using, Affirms and some of the other products out there in the industry, because we feel like that they understand it and it could be a better tool for them than perhaps using some of those outside of the credit union, where they can keep all of their purchases in an easy centralized location.
Thanks for sharing that, Tom.
We've seen a lot of adoption from our members since, again, we launched in April. We've done about 3,000 of them so far in the 6 months. And when we did a little bit of an analysis, we saw that close to 70% of the loans were, combined, were repeat users. So people are taking more than one. Once they figure it out and they see how easy it is to use, they want to do it again when they have another need, whether it's, buying something or planning for something. And I think one of our usage surprises was once we educated our staff on how it worked, they're using it too. And so each month, we obviously look and report to our committees, our employee loans, and they're on there and they're using it. They're using it responsibly. And sometimes I see them at the water cooler, the proverbial water cooler, and they're like, "That's pretty cool." And I appreciate you guys putting that out there for us and our members. So that's been a win for us.
Yeah, I would say the same thing, right? This, just like other products, this product isn't going to be for the whole membership, right? That isn't how, as institutions, we target. A lot of times this isn't for every single space of our membership, but it wholly serves those that are niche users, right? They enjoy this as an option, or they need this as an option, and they use it responsibly. They know how to work it into their budget, or it is helping them to create a budget. So again, it just goes back to that engaging those that are looking to access things in this way.
I love all of that. Thank you for sharing, you guys. We often say that Buy Now Pay Later is more than just a lending feature. And as this team has been kind of discussing about access and relationship building with members, or sticky, I keep hearing sticky come up in today's panels. Can y'all share with us some examples or interesting use cases that you've seen in program where it's allowed you to deepen relationships?
Yeah, and this one, oftentimes we also talk about personalization. It's another thing we're all looking into, is how do you make that experience different for each member to make them feel special? When you get called by name, it's unique and special. And how much more personalized or special and sticky can you make it then if you're serving them up their transactions
Yeah.
to split, right? So that feels really personal and really good in there for those that are attracted to it. And we found that all again goes back to that engagement or that digital stickiness. And so we saw an uptick of like 2,000 new logins per month because people were going in and looking, what's there, what might be an offer, what can happen. So making it all about the member. That's what we do in credit unions, right?
I
It's
think
incredible.
that's a great example there, that Jessica shares with that email that comes out each week is really, like I said, it's very personalized on that. We find that members, the open rate on that has been very good. We look at that relative to our other types of communication we have with our member. One of the things that I'll say in terms of deepening wallet share or the stickiness factor, as you put it, we've had members that have come in, they've seen either called in or come in, they've seen the product on our website, and they're like, hey, when I click on that link, and in fact, if you click on that link and you don't have direct deposit, you're not qualified, it has some message in effect to, contact us to learn more about this. And we've had members want to know, well, how do I get that or what's involved? And generally speaking, a majority of the time, they're not direct deposit members and they're using digital making. Perhaps they're an indirect member, they only have a savings account. And we've been able to have the discussion with them. It was like, well, hey, have your direct deposit come in here, or at least a portion of your direct deposit come to the credit union, and that feature will be available for you. You can see what's there. And so it creates a discussion or a dialogue around how direct deposit can help that make that product available to them.
Yeah, can help with financial wellness and deepening relationships. 100%. Yeah.
Exactly. When we start talking about the whole credit card, the whole checking account product, if they don't have it at that point, things like we have credit monitoring, some of the things, so it opens up a dialogue about that product. So from that point of view, it's helped us create a discussion or a dialogue.
I'm so grateful for your time, team. We are at time in our panel today. Thank you. Thanks for joining us, and for being a part of this, innovation and Equipify. And thank you guys. Have a wonderful afternoon, you guys.